It's not your fault, but many of you are delusional about what it's actually like to date overseas. And like I was saying, it's not your fault. Many of you have been misled by people engaging in P4P or deceived by people who just aren't actively dating, and they're sharing experiences from 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 years ago, and it's just not applicable in the modern day. In fact, I recently recorded a video explaining to you that dating overseas is getting more and more difficult. It doesn't mean it is super difficult as of yet. It is still relatively easy, and the reason for that is because many of the people who are going overseas aren't on top of their P's and Q's when it comes to looks, finances, and other things that you can control. They think it's still the golden age where you can just show up with your American passport, your British passport, your Australian passport, and it doesn't matter what you look like. There's just going to be girls falling all over you. And this simply isn't true. It doesn't matter where you go. If you're going to Colombia, Mexico, if you're going to Thailand, if you're going to Eastern Europe. Now, I don't have a ton of experience in Philippines, and certainly not recently, so I can't speak for the Philippines, but all the places I mentioned, if you want to compete in those dating markets, you are going to have to get in the gym. You're going to have to dress well. And you're probably going to have your finances in order. And some of these places, obviously, you're going to need your finances in order more than other places. But to this day, I still see people showing up to Bangkok, and first of all, they'll show up to Bangkok and they'll be like, "Oh, where can I stay for $300 a month?" And I'm like, dude, you're not gonna stay in any desirable area in Bangkok and Guadalajara in Mexico for near $300 a month. Now, you could lower that if you committed to like a long-term unfurnished place, but if you're getting a furnished place for a couple weeks or a month or what may have you, then guess what? It's gonna be a lot more than $300. It's not even gonna be close to that. And then they'll be like, "Oh, someone told me I could get an apartment with all the amenities for $300 here." And then I would say, yeah, was that video, 10 years ago? Especially in a place like Bangkok? Or Mexico, maybe like 3 to 5 years ago, maybe in one of the lower end, less desirable, but still desirable areas, you could have made that work. But now, that isn't happening. In fact, I was just talking the other day to a guy who showed up to Guadalajara looking for a place to stay for, I think is like $400 a month. And he was looking for like a 2-bedroom in Colonia Americana. And you would be lucky to get a shared spot for $400 a month in Guadalajara. So you need to be aware of that. But additionally, I still see people showing up to Bangkok, showing up to Guadalajara, looking like they just rolled out of bed. And they literally could be rolling because they're built like the Michelin Man. And that's just simply not gonna fly. Now, it might fly for the lowest levels of dating anywhere in the world, but if you want to date a 7 or above, I don't care in what country it is, you're going to have to be on your P's and Q's. That's the simple fact of it. And this is why dating overseas still isn't that hard, because many men aren't going to put the effort into being on their P's and Q's. But increasingly more men are doing those things. That's why you're probably going to be better than 95% of your competition if you do these things right now. I don't know in the future, because currently there's lots of millionaires moving to Thailand, for example. There's lots of millionaires moving to Mexico. There's lots of millionaires moving to all these different countries for women, for a better quality of life, for tax purposes. And so over time, you're going to be competing with millionaires. And in general, most of these guys are going to look the part. Now, like I said, right now, 95% of the guys doing this are still using the old knowledge. The old knowledge of you can just show up and you're going to dominate the kingdom. But that's simply not how it is. But if you do the things that I've mentioned in this video, then you can get closer to those results that have been probably overhyped, especially in the modern day. So that's going to wrap up this video. Thank you for watching. I truly appreciate it. Make sure to leave a comment down below. Let us know your experience. Make sure to smash that like button. It helps me with the algorithm, and I will see you guys in the next video. And as always, peace, much love.